And we're live. It just said we're live. Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, if you read the description, today we'll talk about putting a stop to postpartum depression, because that's what we do. You have to be aggressive with it. You got to be tough because it's real. I've been through it. Have you been through it? Before you get into this, well, listen, let's do it right. Okay? I'm just jumping. So I'm just talking. Because we were just talking before this. We just got so into it. It's like we need to get on live.
Right.
People need to hear this. So go ahead. What would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is 𝐒𝐋𝐀𝐾𝐒. I am an entrepreneur. I own an event coordinating company along with a balloon company. In the mix of putting some other companies together. They say 5 or 6 streams of income get you where you want to be. But I do have a 13-year-old, so I was dealing with the preteens and all that. And now I am so blessed to have a baby boy. He is a week and 3 days old.
Did y'all hear that?
A week and 3 days old.
And what are you doing? Tell them, like, This she is a boss mom for real. This lady, she's back working already.
Yes.
She said, nothing stops. He is currently, I'm looking at his beautiful, handsome self right now. Take a look now, such a great baby.
Thank you. So yes, actually he came 2 weeks early. So I was prepared, but not prepared. I was looking forward into being into work. I do have a regular job. I do run a cafe. Only because I want to learn the in and outs of having a cafe. So I picked that occupation just so I can learn.
That's smart. You put yourself into the field instead of just jumping. You know that you have to get the experience, real life experience.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it might sound a little messed up, but pretty much running something I want to eventually run on someone else's dollar. So the owners are pretty much ghost owners, and that I could run everything, but I'm learning as I go. So being that he came 2 weeks early, I wasn't really prepared to stop working. Now your health does come first. So I must
and
say
take
that.
Everyone, has their own, pace, moves at their own pace. So,
Correct.
What's work for someone may not work for you. So listen to your body. So she's done this before too. And she knows, what she can handle. She's taking it slow, but but it's about, because I was like that too. Honestly, I didn't listen to what the doctors told me.
Right.
I was driving in like less than a week.
Yeah.
I was driving after my C-section. I had 2 C-sections.
Yeah.
And it didn't stop. But it's still like, that's the thing. I was going back. It was still, I don't know, like mental. It just still, I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. But like, it's all a mindset thing, right? Once it all starts here.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And we tend to believe what we hear all the time. So if the doctor's like, you're not going to be able to walk, and you're not going to be able to drive. But if your body is telling you something else, if your body wants to get up, then obviously, take it easy, but definitely get up. I was actually walking the very next day. I did have a doula, so she helped me a lot. But I had to get up. I think I was going to drive myself crazy just sitting in bed and doing absolutely nothing.
The best thing to do is move, throughout the pain. And that's a life lesson right there. Move when you're in pain. Just keep on going. Then it makes it easy. And that's how this C-section stuff is it's no joke, man. It's not, like, especially, blood clots too. So you have to keep your body moving.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. But yeah, he's been my motivation. I always say my daughter was my purpose, and he's my motivation. So definitely having him has pushed me to not give up. A lot of moms, they do go through depression and things like that, but listening to motivating music, podcasts, YouTubes, actually, put me on a couple YouTubes to listen to that. Literally
you gotta
just
feed
invite
the mind,
us.
man. Feed the mind.
Correct.
Mind, body, and spirit. It all aligns.
It's very important. What we feed ourselves is just like food. If we eat junk and we, put into our system certain things, and we start breaking out, we start gaining weight, we start doing all this stuff. But people don't understand it's the same thing when it comes down to what we listen to, because we start believing all that stuff, and the energy, it just also goes along with it. The entire time I was listening to either instrumentals or motivational stuff, and while I was in the hospital, and
that's
putting on how to build a business on YouTube. The nurses was like, "What are you doing? You're already trying to get back in the field." I'm like, "Yeah, I have to put in this work on my laptop."
Gotta do it, man. If you don't do it, who will?
For sure. And now I have 2 that's depending on me. With the one teenager, that was a lot. Now I have 2, so I'm like, yeah, I have to find a way.
And you also mentioned about your balloon. You do the event. What is it? The styling, decorating company and stuff like that. And we were talking about how you started and how it's all about leveling up and how you wanted to not only because it's all about working smarter, not harder. You can't, time is precious. I'm sure like that's how, and we'll get into that with me when I talk about why I stopped braiding hair, and like Tom,
guys subscribe to that, definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be a story time, y'all. But, it's learning when it's time to level up. But it's levels to it. You started off the balloon business. Now talk about how you wanted to expand on that. What was your plan on that?
So pretty much it started with the event coordinating company, which is called Her Majesty's.
Say it again for people.
Her Majesty's.
Oh yes, I love it.
It started with that. It was pretty much just staffing and coordinating different type of events, from birthday parties to private events to corporate events. And it was one lady, she was like, "Can you please just help me with this balloon decor?" And I was like, "I've never done this." Of course, she didn't know that. But
that's right. I love that. That confidence, that doubt once you start doubting, like people, she believed you. And she was based off your confidence in yourself. That's how important.
And actually, I'm glad you said that, because a lot of us don't understand that we work better under pressure, and sometimes we just tend to, it's just like, oh my God, I have no choice but to do this. So you actually could find talents that you didn't know you had. And, just because of that pressure, sometimes you guys go to a job interview and you're like, I've never really done this before, but you sit in that interview and you end up getting the job anyways. So it was kind of that type of feel. She was like, "Can you help me with this?" I'm like, "Okay." And I started doing it, and I was like, I seen how much money these people are making off of just building garlands, and I'm like, whoa.
I want a piece of that. Come
correct.
on.
And then I went on YouTube and pulled up a couple things, and I learned. And I always, everything I'm involved in, I try to put my daughter involved as well. So
Wonderful.
she started actually helping me do the things, certain decorations. And I went to a grand opening for a ballroom, and that was my first big client. And she's like, just me being humble and just helping her and not really expecting anything from it, I gained so much. And that's another thing I want to touch base on. A lot of times, don't try to do something to expect certain things, because what we deserve is probably way bigger than what we want. So just like we were speaking earlier, having faith and just,
yes, and being patient,
positive and patient,
and respecting the process. That's a lot of things. Everybody want everything so quick, everything so fast now.
Correct.
Like, it don't work like that. You gotta be patient. If anything, I can tell you, learn patience. Patience is a virtue. I don't say that for nothing, man.
And I've also learned anything worth having takes time.
Yes.
So obviously, Her Majesty's is going on 7 years now. My business didn't fully start running until 2 years in. The balloon business has been open a year, which has been doing amazing because of that one client. But also, it takes time to learn and to get better. The techniques, where you purchase your materials from, how to do inventory. And there's always new things coming out. So you always have to try to put in the time and commit to the time on learning.
Re-education. Always invest, and you put that money and time back into re-educating yourself. Because just like times are moving, it's always going to be something new. You have to go with the flow, keep up with the
most definitely. And there's always going to be people that are going to, which is a good thing, because they see you doing something and they want to do it. Oh, let me try to do it. And there's going to be a ton of other balloon decorators, a ton of other hairstylists, a ton of other, somebody's always going to do what you're doing. The key to it is being positive, being patient. And like Quay mentioned, always educate yourself, because you have to be 10 steps ahead of everyone else. Know what's coming out.
And don't worry about what the next person is doing, but like, don't compare, use that as motivation. That's all, and it's Instagram and all that social media. It's so easy to compare your life with someone else's, but you don't know what's really goes on behind the scenes. They put in that work. So just have that faith in yourself. If anything, just be, inspired.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And back to the postpartum situation,
Mm-hmm.
Being able to bring another life into this world is just another vessel of another opportunity you're bringing into it. So anytime that you might sit and think like, oh, why am I going through this? Why did I put myself through this? And I can't do this. There's always, you have to take away the T out of that. It's a can. You could always do something. And it comes also with the great people that you have around you, to sit here and just uplift you. And if they're not doing that, they do not need to be in your circle. It takes one tip.
Cut them out.
Exit. No, now. Evacuate.
No. Oh, yeah. Abort mission. Abort.
And they don't always physically have to be there. I have friends that live in Atlanta that sit here and send me a text, and I'm blessed to have Play and other people.
Me too. I have my best friend in Ohio, and we motivate each other, and she lives, always.
Exactly.
It's all about we both put in an effort to, keep that relationship because we have that respect with one another, and we both benefit off one another.
For sure. Mm-hmm. It takes a good morning text, and I hope it's just little things that really make a big difference to someone. Like, you never know, that could be your best friend, and you don't know what they're mentally, physically going through at that very moment. That little emoji of a smiley face could just change their entire day. So
kind word goes a long way. And people don't know how to do. Like, people are just so. I don't know. It's just a crazy world. Like, it's just a hello, good morning, like a smile. Right. Like just smile. I've noticed, like, me just smiling at someone can change their mood, their whole, demeanor.
For sure, definitely. So that goes a long way. And just believing in yourself, just staying positive, and just knowing like, this is me, this is my little one, and he or she couldn't be here without me right now.
Okay. And let's talk about how you get into that, because let me repeat that she is 1 week and 3 days postpartum, and her baby boy is literally right here. So how do you do that? Tell them how, at work, like she is back at work right now.
Yes,
she's working.
So I
tell them how you make this. Yeah, the sacrifices. Yeah, tell them how.
So I changed up my entire office. So now it's in baby mode, so that he could be able to have a place to sleep, and his stroller and his little gadgets that he needs, a humidifier. Get one of those if you have a newborn. And I just have him there. And
you made,
because those are for the mothers that may not always have that support to where, I don't have, grandma or, in-laws or anyone to sit here and help with the baby. There's no excuses. And there's a lot of online work from home jobs now. There's so many things that, and then if you ever have any questions on this live or anything, subscribe at 𝐒𝐋𝐀𝐘 Play, and, she'll definitely be able to answer them. And if she can't, she'll text me or call me.
I'll find the answer. Listen, I'll do the research for y'all, because my whole point of this is to help empower women. Like, I feel like that's my purpose, because I've been through so much, and all of that stuff. I thank God for that, because I could pour that and teach that to to someone else.
Correct.
So it's always like, I got lots to say, y'all. Play says she talks. I'm about to talk. We about to do this together. I can't wait for y'all to join me on this. Well, y'all already joining on this journey of growth. Like,
and she care about you guys, because her and I was speaking on all of this. She said, no, wait, they have to listen to this.
Like,
wait, hold the tea. We gotta let them hear it.
I love it. I love how it flows like this. Like, I know that this is what I'm meant to be doing, because it just feels natural.
For sure. And that's another thing. I'm glad you touched on that as well. Like, once you continue getting something repetitively, you have to work on it. It's like a purpose. Like, okay, I was meant to do hair. I was meant to do makeup. I was meant to dance. I was meant to teach. Like, grasp on those little things. It's, one of my biggest mistakes also, like, coming into being a business owner, what we were also speaking about earlier, everybody wants it so fast. So I do suggest that, yes, start your business, but also manage your time properly. If you're going to start a business, every single day, don't go one day without investing in your business.
That is so true. And that's something I've heard today. It's like, it's not motivation. Like, motivation is good, good on its own. But what's more important, more vital, is the discipline.
Correct.
Because you can have motivation. If you leave it up to motivation, you leave it by chance. If you stay disciplined, you're gonna get it done.
Because everyone wants it. Everyone's motivated to win. Everyone motivated to have everything. But That's key. I'm so glad you mentioned it.
And then a discipline ties in with routine and schedule.
Correct.
And planning out your day, like planning everything ahead. That's the best way.
And I feel like that was one of my biggest flaws. Mm-hmm. I was just winging it, like, okay, well, this today, but then I realized, like, I didn't do anything for my business. I didn't do research. I didn't do inventory. I didn't do watch videos so I could learn a little bit more. So every single day, read upon your business, put research, do something, send out emails, try to gain new customers, whatever it is, just every single day, just learn how to actually invest in your business.
And in yourself. And like my good friend Ebony was talking about, and like how balance is investing that time in all areas of your life, business, and then like, being a mom,
right,
health, every area. Correct. That's how you create, just a perfect, always just being fulfilled.
Correct.
Fulfillment. That's, that's the goal.
And we were watching something, and it was speaking on trying to give everybody everything. And what I learned also is, if you don't actually take care of yourself and love yourself first, the ability to be able to give and love to others the way you want to is just kind of like you're cutting yourself short, because you're not loving yourself. You're not putting yourself first. And that's what I learned as far as, especially being a mother. I can't be the mother I want to be to my kids if I'm miserable, if I'm stressed out, if I'm depressed, because believe it or not, they catch on to it. And if you don't have any kids, your friends, your family members, it's just the energy that, so sometimes you just have to breathe and just breathe it in and just woo. And, there's so many people, unfortunately, that are like not able, they're, passing, and, they don't have tomorrow. So that's another thing we definitely...
It's a promise. You got to live for the moment.
For sure. Live for the moment, cherish those around you, and just make the best of every single day. Like every single day.
And, start the day right, set the tone,
For sure.
And just because you're having a bad day, it can always turn around.
Always. It's a test.
Oh, yeah. And that's how I was saying how when something is hard, that's when you go harder. Like when I noticed in life, like when it's something like, we were struggling with getting this done, like just live. And I was like, because we almost didn't do it, because I was like, I wanted to go to Zumba at 7, and it's 6:55 right now.
Oh, wow.
But, but you see, this is, I care about, I wanted to do this. I'm so glad we did this right now. Because, like, it just feels amazing. But see, now I'm losing my train of thought. What was I saying? But see, that's how hyped and excited I am. I'm just like...
Oh, you said if something is not going the right way, to still...
yes, to keep going and push through. And that's where success is, on the other side of that, feeling uncomfortable.
Because you're going to get tested.
Yeah, it's always going to be a test. You think the devil want to see you win?
Absolutely not.
No, he's attacking. This spiritual attack.
They're this close. Okay, let me try to knock them down. Let me distract them.
And they'll send the people close to you, or people, like, not, and put that doubt in your mind. I'm telling you, once you control your mind, once you realize that can't nobody tell you nothing, and that confidence is in you, then you don't care. Then you have the power.
Correct.
How is yours?
Oh, and you did mention earlier manifesting, and thinking of things that you want or you want to see, and our minds are so powerful. Like, speak it into existence. Oh, yeah. Even if it may seem impossible, speak it into existence. And you will surprise yourself.
I guess I surprised, because I went back and watched my intro from 4 years ago. We watched it together, and I'm just like, look at me, little me. Like, and I'm over here doing the stuff that I spoke about. I'm still speaking. I'm standing in my truth. I'm not saying good, but better, stronger. Like, you can see the growth. Like, I've been had it in me, always had, baby.
And
I just had to realize that. Yeah, and I'm back. I got my power back. I've been cleansing my body. Like I said, everything is health and wealth. I started the challenge. They talk about that since August. Actually, since July 31st, I haven't drank any juice. I haven't had any alcohol. I haven't had any outside like food from anywhere. I've been like praying, like, fasting, drinking my water, eating my detox tea, taking my energy capsules, my flare. Shout out to Tava Nation. But so I've been really focusing on me, because I deserve it.
Absolutely.
And you deserve it too.
Yep.
So we're gonna do this together, man.
Yes.
Yeah, we got this, y'all. I got y'all. Trust me. I have lots in store. I was just telling her, well, I'm about to be 30. September 11th is my birthday. So starting August 13th, I'll be doing a birthday countdown of 30 things I learned before 30. And I'll be dropping them gems, y'all. Because your girl done been through it. But I rose up like a phoenix and I'm coming harder. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes. And it's so empowering to see, your friends and the people that you're around, like that may slightly tilt for a second and they're like, oh no, wait, that's not me, hold on. Or you get that text message like, hey girl, what's up, and you're like, hold on, let me fix my crown real quick, let me get this together. And you'll be so surprised how many people are actually watching you and actually how many. I have my Instagram and I don't even have that many followers, I don't think so, but where sometimes I'll just jump on a live and just start speaking, positive. And, there was one person in particular that just recently DM'd me and was like, you are my motivation. Like when you post and you smile and you say certain things and you post certain things that you do for work, it's just like, if she could do it, I could definitely do it. And just, she has so much going on. And because trust me, this ain't been easy for me. But I know that my testimony is going to be so strong and, and if she could do it, I could do it. And thank you. And sometimes I'm like, who is this? I've never even seen this person before, but you'll be surprised. Or even like we said, like when we walking by people and, just, hey, hi, how are you?
Go a long way. Long way. Man, this has been beautiful. I loved it. It was, I'm just can't wait to do more of these. Like I already know, like you are destined for greatness.
Oh, thank
like
you.
We are. Yes.
Yes,
I love it.
We are.
So let's keep going and just like don't let anything hold you back. Don't let anybody tell you no. If you want to do something, do it. Because to
the fullest. Not a little bit, not a little bit more. No, a lot. The whole thing.
You gotta put it all in. You owe it to you.
Yes.
I love it. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for the 30 things before 30.
For sure.
Yes, we love y'all. And
cheers. Drink your
our water, y'all. Thank you. And thanks for everyone for tuning in. I love y'all. Thank you. Please subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at playslays. I appreciate it. I need the love on Instagram, y'all. Please subscribe to my Instagram. If y'all want to see my Nikki impersonation, subscribe. There you go, the wig right there. Subscribe to my channel. Well, all right. I love you guys, and I'm so excited for this journey. We got this. I got y'all.
She got y'all for sure.
All right, later.